Hello students, welcome to VFocus classes. I hope you are doing good. In this session, we will see some of the questions which are relevant to IBPS PO mains exam. Now, let us look into the questions. So, the questions are basically data interpretation type of questions. The questions are like this. So, here some data is given. We need to understand the data and analyze the data and answer the questions followed by the data. Let us read the data. Following paragraph shows the information about 4 students. There are 4 students P, Q, R, S who have attempted English exams. There are 2 types of questions. These are short questions and long questions. Short questions section. So there is a data related to short questions section. Each question is of 5 marks. Candidates have to attempt at least 6 out of 7 questions. So we need to copy down the data as we are writing computer based exam. Each question is of 5 marks. In short question section, each question is of 5 marks. Okay. And long question section, each question is of 10 marks. So in the same way, we are given another data in long section. Each question is of 10 marks. Candidates have to attempt at least 7 out of every 9 questions. Okay. Note, 0.5 marks will be deducted from each spelling error. So there is a type of error. It is spelling error. So if it is spelling error, you will be deducted 0.5 marks. And 0.75 marks will be deducted if he forget to write whole word. Means if there is a error in the word, means if he forgets to write a word, then his marks will be deducted. The marks are 0.75. This is the given information in the first paragraph. See students, whenever we are taking a computer based exam, we are not supposed to read the problem twice and thrice because we will be wasting our time. So it doesn't mean that you are not supposed to read. You can read, but what I suggest you is, in the first go, when you are attempting the question first time, you need to give your full focus to the question and you need to understand the question. So the best way is you should write the data whatever is given in an understandable way. Means by using this data you should be able to solve the questions given to us. So you need not repeat the question again and again. So I am writing the data. There are short questions, there are long questions. If short question is correct, then you will be getting 5 marks. If long question is correct, you will be getting 10 marks. And there are errors, spelling errors. If there is a spelling error, your marks will be deducted by 0.5. And if there is a word error, then your marks will be deducted by 0.75 marks. So this is given to us in the first paragraph. In the next paragraph, what is given? In this exam, there are total 42 short questions, 42 short and 18 long questions. So there are 42 short questions and there are 18 long questions. So these are 42 and these are 18. Q corrects. There are 4 persons. It is given in the first beginning. Let us say there is a P, there is Q and there is R and there is S. Okay. So Q corrects 14 long questions. So information given about Q, he corrected long questions. How many long questions he has corrected? 14 he corrected. Okay. And obtained 131 marks. So he got 131 marks. And he obtained 175 marks in short section. So there is a short section. He got 175 marks. Okay. So here it is only given about the marks, not about the number of questions he has attempted. Whereas here in the long section, he has attempted 14 questions. He corrected 14 questions, not even attempted, he corrected 14 questions. Okay, this is the information given about Q. You just write like this. Next, the total marks obtained by P in short questions is 160 by attempting 38 questions. So about P it is given. So about P in about short section. So it is written that he has attempted 38 questions. It is attempt, not about correct friends, attempt. So I am writing attempt. And he got 160 marks. In short section he got 160 marks and there is no other data about the long section. So we need to copy down the data in a readable way, so that you based on this data only will be solving the questions whatever is followed by this paragraph. Next, R attempted all the short questions. So in the same way, information given about R, he attempted all the short questions. So short, he attempted all the questions. How many questions are there in short? So he attempted 42 attempt. I am writing attempt. Okay. And corrects as twice as number of questions correct in long section, and got 150.5 marks in the long questions. Okay. So in the long he got some marks. How many marks he got? He got 150.5 marks he got. Okay, this is given to us. In the meanwhile, he attempted all the short questions and corrects as twice as number of questions correct in the long section. It means if he corrected some questions in the long section, twice to those long section questions he has corrected in the small section. Means he has corrected in short questions. So let us say in the long he corrected x questions correctly. Then in the short he corrected 2x questions. Okay, it is about the correct. So this is the information given about R. Next about S. What is the next information given to us? So in the next information, S answered correctly 15 long questions. So yes, regarding S, he has given 15 long questions he has corrected. So 15 he has corrected. So this is also correction. Correct. So and ratio of spelling errors in long to short section is 3:4. So S answered 15 long questions, it is given. Okay. And next some important information, it is ratio of spelling errors. So we read that there are two types of errors. One is spell error, one is word error. So regarding spelling errors, the ratio is given. The ratio of spelling errors in long to short. So in the long, what is the spelling in the long? What is the spelling error he did? So and what is in the short? What is the spelling error he did? This is what in the form of ratio he has given. So the ratio is given as 3:4. In the long, if it is 3, in the short it is 4. Let us say in the long it is 3y. In the short it would be 4y. We don't know what is y. So the ratio is given. This is how we need to copy down the data. As I am reading and copying the data, it is taking time. We need to focus very well in the exam to copy the data. So by using this data, if any question is given, I will be solving by using this data only. For that reason, so as I am writing on the screen, I will copy this data and paste in the next slide, so that we will be solving the questions by using this data only, whatever we have written now. Okay. So as I said, I copied the data here. Now while solving the questions, I refer to this data whatever I have written on the piece of paper. You should practice in such a way that you should write the data from the paragraph and you should not read the data again and again. Means it needs some practice for us, because we need to write the data in a perfect readable way. So like this I have written, and I refer to this particular data only while solving the problems, not to the passage again and again. So because if I read the passage and again and again, I took 5 to 6 minutes to read the passage itself. So to solve each and every question, I need to take 5 to 6 minutes, means we don't have sufficient time in the exam to solve the questions. Okay, so what is the question given to us? Q did 43 spelling errors, okay, and 18 full word errors in short section. So it is short section, while total number of spelling errors done by S is equal to the total number of questions answered by Q. Okay. The total number of spelling errors done by S is equal to total number of questions answered correctly by Q. If you know total number of questions correctly answered by Q, means Q correct answers, number of correct answers, if you know, that is equal to S errors. What type of errors? It is spelling errors. Okay. So S spelling errors. This is what equal to it is given. Okay. Find the number of marks obtained by S. Now we need to find out the number of marks obtained by S in both the sections. In both the sections we need to know the marks obtained by S. And if we correct 40 short questions, so we need to know the total number of marks obtained by S. The information given for us about S is 40 short questions he has corrected. So 40 short questions he has corrected. First of all, I have a doubt. How do we find the marks? The marks we'll find in this way. Marks is equal to number of correct questions, means you answered correctly, into marks prescribed to it. So if it is a small question, you know that the marks for a short question is 5 and the marks for long question is 10. So here it is marks minus, you need to find out the errors. Number of errors and number of marks towards errors. So if you do this, we'll get the marks. So the question is about number of marks obtained by S. So if you want to know the number of marks obtained by S, you need to know the number of correct questions and number of errors. And regarding the correct questions, here 40 short questions are correct. And in S data it is given, he has done 15 long questions correct. So you know about the correct thing. Now we need to find out the total number of errors done by him. So he has done only spelling errors. What is the spelling errors done by S? That is equal to number of questions answered correctly by Q. Means in order to find out his spelling errors, we need to find out the number of questions correctly done by Q. In which section? That is in short section. Not in short section. Number of questions answered correctly by Q means Q in short section plus in long section. Together correct answers we need to find out. Now refer to the Q. Q in long section he has done 14 correct correct answers. He has done 14 correct answers. Regarding Q we know long section. Now we need to find out short section. Short section we know the marks and we know the errors. Now we need to find out the number of correct questions. Once you know the correct questions in short section, correct questions in long section we know. If you add both of them, we'll find out the number of correct questions done by Q. Now try to solve number of short questions answered correctly by him. So short questions correctly answered, I'll consider it as S. For each short question, I'll get 5 marks. Okay. I know the total marks, that is 175. Okay. And from these marks, I'll remove the error marks. So what are the error marks? So he has done 43 spelling errors, means for each spelling error, what is a mark? So 0.5 marks. So I need to subtract this. And at the same way, he has done some word errors. How many errors? 18 errors. So I need to subtract this 18 errors also, means put together 43 marks, 43 error marks and 18 error marks will give me the total error marks. So 18 into 0.75, because this is a word error. For each word error 0.75 marks are given. So this S into 5 minus, if I solve 0.5 means this is nothing but 1 by 2, means 43 divided by 2, it will give me 21.5. Plus this is 18.75 means this is nothing but 3 by 4. This is 2 9s are and 2 2s are. 9 into 3 is 27 by 2. 27 by 2 is nothing but 13.5. This is equal to 175. So 21.5 and 13.5. 21 plus 13 is nothing but 34. 34.5, 0.5 is 1, 35. If I take this 35 here, S into 5, this will become 175 plus 35. This is equal to 210. Okay. From this, I can find out S is equal to 210 divided by 5. This is equal to 42. It means the number of short correct questions are 42. Now total answers, correct answers by Q. Total correct answers in the long we have done 14. In the short we have done 42. So I got it as 56 correct questions done by Q. Okay. Now what I need to find out? The number of marks obtained by S. In order to find the number of marks obtained by S, so I need to find the correct questions. I need to find the wrong questions. In order to find the wrong questions, the data is given like this. Total number of spelling errors done by S is equal to the total number of questions answered by Q. Means the correct questions in Q is equal to number of errors done by S. So the total number of errors done by S is nothing but 56 now. But total number of errors means it will be in the long and it will be in the short. So now we refer to the S data. In the S data it is given spelling errors in long section and spelling errors in short section. The ratio is given, that is 3y and 4y. It means it is 3:4 parts. Means this 56 I need to divide in 3:4 parts. So if you know ratio and proportion, this is 3 parts and this is 4 parts, 7 parts. 7 parts in we need to divide 56 in these 7 parts, means each part will get 8. So it means that this is nothing but 24 and this is nothing but 32. So if I multiply this with 8 and 8, so 24 is long spelling error and 32 is short spelling error. Now by using this, now you got long errors, small errors, and also now you got what are the long correct answers and what are the short correct answers. Now we'll find the marks. What is the marks? So first long marks we'll find out, that is nothing but 15 into 10 minus we have done 24 errors. 24 errors, each error is spelling error, it is a spelling error, each error carries 0.5 marks. This is nothing but 150. 24 into 0.5 means half of 24, this is 138. And in the same way I'll find out the short answer marks. So short, how many questions correctly I did? 40. 40 into 5 minus how many errors in the short? That is 32 into how many marks it carries? 0.5. So this is nothing but 200 minus 32 into 0.5 means this is 16. This is 184. 200 minus 16 is 184. So put together the total marks are 138 plus 184. This is 12 and this is 12 again. This is 3. 322 marks obtained by S by using the data given to us. This is how we solve the problem. It may be very lengthy, but once we solve this kind of problems and practice this kind of problems, our confidence levels will increase. Now look into the next problem. So here it is given, if P did 25% more spelling mistakes in long question than that of the short and correct 16 long questions and obtained 135 marks in it, then find how many questions are wrong in short section. Okay, so we need to find how many questions are wrong in short section. In short section we know that he has attempted 38 questions. Out of that we need to find out wrong questions. Means we need to find out how many correct questions are there in short section, are correct or wrong. Okay, and what is the information given? P did 25% spelling mistakes, 25% more spelling mistakes in long questions. So if you write the ratio of mistakes, so long and short, if long he has done 25% more, means if it is 100, this will be 125%. If you write the ratio, this would be 5:4. Okay. And 16 long questions he has done corrected. He corrects 16 long questions and obtained 135 marks in it. So this is simply ratio. If I take this is 4a, this will be 5a. So he has told that 16 long questions corrected and obtained 135 marks. Now for the long questions, you know number of correct questions and marks in it. Means in the long questions he has done 16 correct questions. For each correct question you will get 10 marks. If you subtract wrong marks from this, so how many wrong questions he did in long? So he did 5a type of long questions wrong. And for each wrong answer, how many marks are there for spell? This is about spelling mistake. Okay, spelling mistake we will be deducting 0.5. So this will give us the total marks in long section, that is 135. Okay, so this is 160 minus 5 into 0.5. This is nothing but 2.5a. This is equal to 135. So if you solve this thing, what is that we'll be getting? This is nothing but 160 minus 35 is nothing but 25 is equal to 2.5a. From this we can write as a is equal to 10. Okay, it means he has done 50 spelling mistakes in the long section, 40 spelling mistakes in the short section. So now you know the total number of spelling mistakes in short section and as well as the long section. And in the same way we know that in the short section he has attempted 38 questions and he got 160 marks. So in the short section we know the total number of marks, that is 160. Okay, so you know only 38 attempts, but you don't know the total number of correct answers. Let us say P has done P number of correct answers in the short section. So each question carries 5 marks, and you know the number of errors done by him in the short section, that is 40. So 40 into what is the marks to each and every question. If he does wrong, that is 0.5. So this is nothing but P into 5 minus 40 into 0.5 means 20 is equal to 160. So this is 5P is equal to 180. From this we'll get P is equal to 180 divided by 5. This will give us approximately 5 3s are 15 and 36. This is 36. Now you know correct questions are 36 and attempts are 38. So now we can easily say that the wrong are 38 minus 36, that is equal to 2. This is how we'll solve the problem. So the only thing is, the only key point here is you need to copy the data correctly. So in order to solve these DI questions, the only thing is we need to understand the given question properly and we need to analyze in the given specific time, and we are not supposed to waste our time while solving the questions. So generally what we do is we waste our time by reading the question again and again. It is because of lack of focus. Okay, we just focus on the problem, you just focus on the problem and you copy down the data correctly and you refer the data whatever you have written piece of paper to the data to the question asked on the computer screen, so that we'll save our time and we can solve the problem within mean time, and we can get good marks in the exam. Thank you so much for watching the video, and thank you so much for watching vFocus Classes videos. I request you to subscribe the vFocus Classes channel if you have not subscribed yet, and I wish you all the success. Thank you.